I think lockdown had a big part to play. I've always been someone who wants to be like pretty free wherever I am. The negativity at home with what goes on, it's just taken out when you come here. Everything's fast, efficient, the weather's nice, the people are nice. You can do anything at any point.
Do you think your business has directly grown as a result of you being here, that you've had opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise have got if you were not based out here?
I mean, the fitness space out here is absolutely huge. I did a mastermind last year, which was like amazing. Everyone wants to come to. So if you are doing events and stuff like that, people want to come.
Is there anything that you don't like about Dubai that you prefer?
The only thing I would say...
Right, so in this video, I am going to be talking to one of our clients of Capture Accounting, Josh Mooney, about all things to do with living in Dubai, running a business in Dubai, what it was like moving to Dubai in the first place. So if you've got any questions about what it's like living in this metropolis that you've been hearing about all over the internet, then today you're going to get your questions answered. So welcome to our guest today, Josh. How you doing, mate?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming along. So today we're going to talk about all things to do with Dubai. So you've been here, what, a couple of years now?
On paper, I've been here about 5 years.
About 5 years? Wow.
Yeah, but like, I think like anyone, you're very unsure. It's quite far from home.
Yeah.
So you come for the benefits, but to actually make it home in your head is quite a big transition. So for like 3 or 4 years even, I was going back and forth, going back to actual home, you know. And then it was only like about 2 years ago, I made the full transition of getting rid of everything and moving fully here. And then it became home because I fully committed to the cause.
Yeah.
But it's a big deal. Like there's a lot of sentimental value at home. People have their belongings and whatnot. So to make the transition, you've got to have all your ducks in a line, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's kind of track back to what prompted you to move initially. So 5 years ago, you know, what were you thinking? What was going through your mind? What was it about Dubai that led you to think, okay, well, this is a place that I can see myself living?
I think lockdown had a big part to play. I've always been someone who wants to be like pretty free wherever I am. Terrible ex-girlfriend at the time. So we moved out here on holiday. That was the thing. And then I didn't really know much about it at all. And then the holiday extended and then it kept getting longer and longer. And then I did some research and realized I wanted to stay here. And then I got my residency. But at the time it wasn't, you know, personally the best place for me with what was going on in my personal life.
Yeah.
So I find myself going home. Yeah, but that was the initial reason.
Yeah. Where's home, by the way, in the UK?
York.
York, cool.
My home's here now.
Yeah.
Just to...
But I guess Dubai is a far cry from York, right? So as you were kind of coming here on holiday, extended holidays, what was about the place that you thought, I could see myself living here, or you kept extending your holiday?
I honestly think the weather has something to do with this as well.
Okay.
The negativity at home with what goes on, it's just taken out when you come here. Everything's fast, efficient, the weather's nice, the people are nice. You can do anything at any point. You can go skydiving, jet skiing, get a boat on the weekend. You can go to different restaurants every day, but you're also meeting great people at the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many downsides to being here, to be honest.
Yeah. Apart from the weather in July, August, or is that something that you can cope with? Or?
It was my first summer here because I wanted to see what it was like.
Okay.
I did go away to Europe for a little part, but I was here for June and July.
Wow.
It was hot. It was like 46 degrees. But even then, they're trying to make this place, you know, durable during those times as well. You don't really go outside. Like, I was just because the bonus was the traffic was great. There was hardly any traffic.
No one here. Yeah.
So I'd be in my apartment. Obviously, I have the luxury of working from home. I go from the apartment to the car, to the gym, to back, and then maybe for dinner on the weekend. So you're not outside that much. You know, it's more problems if you've got like a little puppy or something. To be honest, as humans, it's fine. It's not as bad as people make out.
Yeah, you're brave.
But what I would say is because when you do move here, everything is fast and efficient. You get quite snobby. So if your standards are raised very high, so you know most people would love to come here in July and have an amazing time, but because it's a little bit too hot and sweaty, Dubai people moan about it.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a very convenient place. You can get anything literally with a couple of taps on your mobile phone, right? You know, from groceries to electronics to your laundry done, everything is just uber fast and efficient. You go back home and you think, things don't work so well in a Western country compared to over here. So let's talk about some and on the heat, by the way, I've only been here once in August, and it was when I got married. So I got married in Dubai back in 2004. I don't know why we chose August, maybe because it was summer holidays, but I remember, and I was just in a suit and everything, and I was sweltering. The worst part was taking the photos on, because it was the Medina Jumeirahs. We got married in the Mina Salam Hotel.
Amazing.
You know, the canals around there. So actually we had photos on the canals, and like both my wife and I was like thinking, get us back inside. This is roasting out here. So
did you get the shot?
We got the shots. Yeah. We got the shots on the canal, the shots on the beach. So yeah, they're there ingrained for years to come. So you move over here, and I guess initially, what did you do? I presume you didn't get a long-term apartment to begin with. How did you go about finding accommodation? The Airbnbs? Was it short-term lets?
Yeah, I think you kind of learn as you go. Airbnb was the go-to, and it still is for a lot of people. Obviously, you don't want to commit to something when you're totally unsure about being here. You know, we live in a very fast and efficient world where people change a lot, you know, so I was just literally dotting about. And I think it's the best thing to do when you do come here. One of my good friends, he's been here nearly 2 years, and he just swaps Airbnbs every couple of months. And it's a great way to see where you want to live permanently.
Yeah.
So I would advise anyone doing that. Obviously, Marina, downtown, Palm, it's going to be more expensive. You move further back, it's going to be more affordable.
Okay.
So you need to find out what works best for you, because each location has totally different surroundings.
Talk to us about specific areas or wherever you lived, and what would you say about those areas that were good and bad, maybe?
For example, when I first came, I was in Marina, and it was great because there's a lot going on. You don't need a car. You can walk to pretty much anywhere. It's beautiful surroundings around the marina at night, and in the daytime, you've got JBR, the beach. You can walk down to Blue Waters. Everything's very accessible. If you're in downtown, it's more of a city vibe. So walking, you can walk about, but if it's your first time, I wouldn't advise going there, you know, so it's good to try. There's lots of good places to go out for restaurants, and there's the mall there, but if your first time, I'd recommend being around Marina. Okay. Same on the Palm as well. The Palm was actually built up since I came. Down West Beach wasn't so much a thing. It was just the Five, which has got a bit of a reputation. So when I came, there wasn't much on the Palm there, but now it is quite a cool place to live because there's lots going on down there as well.
And whereabouts are you now?
JBC. So JBC. I'm like 10 minutes from here. From a price perspective, we're living in Marina for the first year, essentially. No, first 6 months, sorry. Traffic was just diabolical, right? So I'm wasting so much time. Yeah. You know, you come here to be efficient and fast. Everything's got a time solution, but the traffic hasn't yet. Yeah. And so I was wasting so much time in traffic, and the price that I got for my apartment there, I've got a apartment double the size for half the price and less traffic. So I work from home, so it makes sense for me to just be further back. I don't need to be by the beach. I've still got an amazing apartment and everything. So, yeah.
And in terms of so if we just talk about kind of Airbnbs, how much do they typically cost for, say, where you were living in one bedroom? And then how does that compare to then getting your own place, and what kind of tenancies do you have to sign up to over here? I
can't remember what the Airbnbs were, what I got, but for example, on the 6 month let that I had on the Marina, that was around 5k sterling for the month. That was a 2-bed with a nice balcony. And then I've moved back to JBC simply because of location. And that's like 2.8 per month, you know, and it's 2,400 square feet. It's big. It's 2 beds and a maid, and it's like, so it depends what you kind of want. I'm happy being a little bit more recluse and having a nicer place to live in rather than being in a location, because you can go down to beachfront, the new Emar beachfront apartments, and we looked at those, and you're literally paying for a view. Like the apartments were 1,600 square feet, 1,700 square feet. And, you know, for when you've got a little dog running around as well, it's small. You can't, when you have someone to stay, it's a bit too cramped, but the view's insane. And that's what people buy it for, because they want to put it on their Instagram. But from a living perspective, I think I'd just move further back or look at villas, you know, if you've got the money to.
And in terms of how it works over here, you can't get an apartment, right, without having residency, without having Emirates ID. Yeah,
you need to go through that, and that's a process in itself. I learned just step by step. So I did use other company to begin with, and the setup was about 6 or 7 weeks, and it's a process I think everyone's unfamiliar with when you come here, but it's something you need to go through if you want to get perks of being a resident at the same time.
And then, but once you have that, you can then sign up to a longer lease.
Set up a bank account, and do everything you need.
And so in terms of with the rent, do they include all your bills within that, or are bills separate, and how much are they? Just to give people an idea of, okay, well, this is the rent, and then you've got to allow X amount on top.
Depends on who it is. You know, if you're at Airbnb, everything's included. My bills are separate at the same time, but my electricity bill's quite big because it's always on. AC bills obviously going to be quite big because it's always on. You need that, but it's nothing crazy. You know, usually if you're fortunate enough to come and live here, you're probably going to be in a position where you can afford those kind of things. You know,
and it kind of pays for itself with. If you look at how much tax you're going to save.
Exactly.
Coming over here, that kind of means that you can live a much better lifestyle because you're not paying income tax over here.
A lot of people work online here, you know, so you want to make your home your office, so you don't have to pay for an office or go to work. So you're saving money in lots of different areas by actually just getting like everything in your own environment.
Absolutely. And so you mentioned you work from home, you run your business from home pretty much. Do you think your business has directly grown as a result of you being here, that you've had opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise have got if you were not based out here?
For sure. I mean, the fitness space out here is absolutely huge. It's constantly growing. And for me to go out and network is relatively easy. And to do events, I did a mastermind last year, which was like amazing. And it's somewhere that everyone wants to come to. So if you are doing events and stuff like that, people want to come because it's Dubai. So it makes life a lot easier from a brand perspective.
Certainly helps with the content, right? Because you've got so many locations and anywhere you go is nicely done up and you don't have to, worry about your background because it's always going to be good when you're in Dubai.
Yeah, so I used to do so many shoots in England back in the day and for other brands, and we used to book something in the diary, but you never, even if it was summer, you never know if it's going to rain or not, and you take it for granted here. You can go and get a shot for anything, even if it's for like a modeling shoot, if you're just doing it for your own personal shots, whatever it is. It's like Dubai's got a constant green screen.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Is there anything that you don't like about Dubai that you prefer?
The only thing I would say, really nitpicking here, is you can't really nip anywhere. In Europe, you can get a 2-hour flight somewhere. I mean, you could go to like the Maldives, Turkey. It's all like 4 hours. So going home, especially in summer, when you've got a dog and a partner and everything, it makes it a little bit more challenging getting just a quick flight somewhere. You've got to pre-plan, but that's really nitpicking. I wouldn't say there's many downsides. The pros outweigh the cons significantly.
Yeah. And when you do go back to the UK, what frustrates you most about the UK, having spent a lot of time out here now?
Because it's how you can't do things as quickly, as efficiently.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went on a family holiday to France, and everywhere should have Wi-Fi really, but this chateau we stayed in with the family didn't have Wi-Fi, and then I was trying to explain what InstaShop was. If you don't know what InstaShop is, it's where you can deliver anything on your phone, basically from the supermarket. Everything's just very fast and efficient, and like I say, it makes you a little bit more snobby, but it's blessing and a curse, I guess.
Absolutely. So we are actually recording this just inside a gym, and people listen to this will be thinking, okay, what are some of the good gyms in Dubai that we should visit? And I'm sure you've got experience with that. So what are the best gyms in Dubai that you've been to that you would recommend to others to check out if they're a fitness enthusiast?
I've been to a lot of gyms. I'm still discovering new ones weekly. It totally depends what you're into. My trainings kind of shift. I'm sure most people who follow me or anything, they've probably seen Banoush Gym, which is the big red gym where all the bodybuilders go. And then you've got the bougie gyms, which are like 7 fit code, where very expensive luxury. But then there's hybrid training's massive now. So a lot of people are going to do hybrid training at like WellFit. That's a huge chain of gyms. But you could go to a different gym every day of the week. If anyone is coming here and you are a serious trainer, you can get a Privilee card. I haven't actually got one yet. So Privilee is a membership, and on the membership card, you have up to over 200 gyms you have access to.
Wow.
So it's a monthly subscription, but you can go in and out of these gyms as you please. And it offers like beach clubs and whatnot as well. I was thinking about signing up, but that way you can really maximize on where you want to go. And it keeps training exciting then as well. So you're not doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, definitely. And if you don't have that, then I presume what you just pay for a day pass. And does that vary from gym to gym in terms of how much they cost?
I mean, my pattern at the moment, I'm probably changing gyms every 2-3 months because you meet different people as well. Obviously, I'm in the fitness space, so me finding coaches is very important, bumping into people. So for me to do that is quite beneficial anyway, but obviously keeps my training exciting as well.
Is there anything that you would, so people watching this may be thinking, Dubai sounds really good. I'm hearing more and more people move over there. I can hear that it's such a nice place. There aren't that many downsides. Is there anything else you'd say to them if they are still on the edge and still worried about making that move from the UK to kind of give it a go, try it out?
A lot of people who I speak to about it, like my family are a great example, right? I try and explain all the benefits about it and people will come up with excuses. It's typical British people, oh, it's soulless, right? If you look at anywhere that was ever built, it was artificial, but this place is so futuristic and it's so safe, it's so efficient. And if you, like I said, if you have the luxury of working online, it is the place for you to be if you want to grow. And I understand there's you might have to give a lot of things up to make the move here. But you will grow significantly if you do commit to it. Not only you can have the tax benefits, which is one of the main reasons anyone does it, but on top of that, you've got all the perks that I've mentioned before. If you are thinking about it, I'd just come and test the waters, dip your toes a little bit, stay for a week or two. And I think one of the main reasons why people can't move over because of you may have families and partners and whatnot. Bring them, see if they enjoy it. It is the future. I'm always reluctant to tell everyone about it because it's that good.
You don't want lots of people to come, It's an advert for the Minister of Tourism now. If a content creator is watching this, are there any issues about creating content freely in Dubai? Can you just get your phone out anywhere in the streets, on the beaches, and start to create content, or are there some kind of established rules and regulations around doing that?
It depends, obviously, what type of content. I think you've got to be aware of this is a very successful place, and successful people may not want to be filmed and whatnot. So, especially in residential areas, I used to live on Blue Waters in Caesar's Palace for my first year. And it's perfect for doing photo shoots. And I had a clothing brand at the time, and I'd go out and shoot, but you had to be quick because you meant to get a permit and stuff like that. Yeah. Probably actually shouldn't say that.
There is. We've got another video about talking about that permit, so we'll link it up here.
But there are areas where you shouldn't be shooting, but then again, on the upside, they do provide loads of other options. You can pretty much go in any gym and shoot. In Banou's gym, it's a 24-hour gym. You can shoot with your top off if you're a fitness creator, if you want to do all that kind of stuff. If you're doing fashion, there's loads of areas where you can go shoot. And in Al Quoz, the amounts of shoots I've done with sets indoors, you've got unlimited options of different themes. From a content creator's perspective, it's insane, And like I said, Dubai's backdrop, anywhere you look, is amazing, day or night. So it's probably one of the best places for it.
Yeah, for sure. And even the fact that we're recording this over here, it's so easy for me to come in and pick a studio and pick a time and get it all arranged, and don't have to worry about bringing any editors or anyone out.
Just the little things, like when you come here, people you book things on WhatsApp, brands, restaurants. You just WhatsApp me, and you're speaking to a member of the team, or even if it's a bot, but it's efficient and you can book in straight away. You're not waiting for an email to book in. It's, do you know what I mean? It's fast and efficient, which is one of the best parts.
Yeah. No, WhatsApp is huge over here. And I was even in the Far East over the summer, and there everything is WhatsApp. And it just means that you can kind of do a lot more in less time because you're not waiting. So anything you want to do, you want to go on a trip, on a day trip, on a desert safari, it's a simple WhatsApp away. They get back to you immediately. They tell you what slots they have available, and then you can do it the next day even. So it just means that you can pack a lot more in less time, whereas back in the UK, things take
It's a time solution. Yeah. Everything here is a time solution.
Everything there is 9 to 5, whereas here it's literally 24 hours. Someone will get back to you on a WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's true.
Is there anything else you'd want to add before we bring this to a close about Dubai, living in Dubai, running business in Dubai, why move to Dubai?
Like I mentioned just before, though, when you do move here, you're probably coming over because you want to save money in the tax reasons. So you need to find someone like yourselves to work with to help with that. Plug in here, but it's very true. I was very uneducated, and I have weekly meetings with Brendan, and it's it's something that a lot of people in my position don't know about, because a lot of people know how to make money, but they don't know how to manage and keep it and so on and so forth. And shout out to you guys for helping me do that while I'm here, because not only am I reaping the benefits of Dubai, I have you guys to help me manage all that as well.
I appreciate that. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Joss, for coming today. I hope you've had a value from today's video and your questions have been answered. I will link a few other videos around this one if you are thinking of moving to Dubai, to let you know what the process is. Any other questions you might have, feel free to get in touch with us using the link in the comments below. Otherwise, take care, and I'll catch you up with you on the next one.